June of 1953. I was getting ready to go to work. I worked nights at Buick. We got a funny color in the sky, but just thought maybe it was going to rain or something. It didn't bother me. I got in my car and drove to work. When I got there, there were ambulances running, there was noise, there was upheaval. I got to where I went into the plant that I worked, and there wasn't anyone there. So I went back to the hospital, and they told us what was happening, that had been a terrible tornado right straight through Flint, and we should get ourselves together, get some equipment, and go over and see if we could help, which we did. It was the most devastating thing I had ever seen in my life. It was the worst one they had ever had. In fact, my folks were in Scotland and received a paper with a headline that said Flint was blown off the map. They were just terrified, but they couldn't get through into Flint by telephone. Eventually, they called Canada, where I had family, and they called Flint and got a hold of us, and we were able to send a telegram and tell them what had happened and that things were all right with us. But it was absolutely devastating to work in. I passed a woman carrying a dead child in her arms and would not let you take the child from her. We had a man who came back in to the hospital at the Buick factory, and he had a 2x4 stuck in his side that the wind had blown clear into his body, and the doctor at the Buick sawed it down to where he could move the man in an ambulance and took him to Hurley Hospital. Hurley Hospital was jammed. The IMA auditorium was full of cots to bring people to. It was a tremendous storm. We finally closed up, and we tried the hospitals, but they had plenty of help by the time we got out of work at Buick. So we went home, but it was a time that I'll never forget.